Welcome to the channel. This is Decoding with Cody. Welcome back, decoders. This video is all about the financial turmoil that's been going on and how it's tied with the SEC versus Ripple, the cryptocurrency company behind the currency XRP. Okay, and this is a legal battle that's been going on since one day after the Great Conjunction. Okay, so this is huge, guys. This is a huge find. This is tied in with the new, all the bank stuff that's been going on, all the financial stuff that's been going on. This case has been going on since, well, here, I'll show you. This case has been going on since December 22nd, 2020. This was one day after this huge astrological event, the Jupiter-Saturn, the Great Conjunction is what they call it. And this is when the two planets of Jupiter and Saturn become so close in the sky that they look like one bright object. Okay? Some people in history have had said this is the Star of Bethlehem. Okay? But this was a huge astrological event. Now, Jupiter and Saturn, you know, they're the two biggest planets, they're the two slowest planets, and them aligning in the sky. And one day later, after this huge astrological event, you had the SEC suing Ripple, the company who makes XRP, the cryptocurrency. And remember, guys, I've made videos about this before, about the cryptocurrency world coming in, because remember, they're getting ready to do away with a lot of this old paper money system. It's going to go away slowly, but they're getting ready to bring in this digital currency. And XRP, if you don't know much about this, it's like Bitcoin, but it's faster, it's cheaper, and it's connected. The company Ripple is connected to so many banks, okay? And we're having all this bank turmoil. So one day after the Great Conjunction of 2020, they get sued, all right? And I'm going to show you how one number is tied into this whole thing and how it's tied to Jupiter. Well, it's not just going to be one number, but it's going to be one main number. And so let's jump into it, okay? Because I have a lot to tie together here. So the reason I found this, guys, is because I originally realized that from the date of this lawsuit beginning, because I'm trying to figure out when the lawsuit's going to end and how it's going to coincide with all this new money system. But if you measure from this lawsuit date of 12/22/2020 to 3/29 next Wednesday, okay, you're going to get 827 days. And this is where it all began, guys. Now, why is this 827 important? Well, let me show you why. So if you click the 827, you're going to see that 827 is the 144th prime number. And this is the number that I want to focus on. So from the lawsuit start to 329 is 827, the 144 prime, the 144. This is a huge number. I'm going to show you how it's absolutely tied to this whole situation. I'm going to show you just some mind-blowing facts, how this day could be a huge day in this lawsuit, maybe even where that the judge makes a judgment, okay? So remember the 144 prime from the lawsuit to this day, the 29th. Okay, it could also be the 28th, all right, guys, because you could add the day, so you could actually be the 28th. But I'm going to be looking more at the 29th, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? So let's go to gematria. Remember, guys, gematria is simply the coding of letters into numbers, giving them values, as in A is worth 1, B is worth 2, C is worth 3. You add them all up, and then you can do them in reverse. You can do them in reduction, where you take each cipher and you reduce it, okay? If you guys don't know about this, do your research on it. I don't have time to explain this in every video, but I'm using this gematria to show you how the numbers are coded. And I just showed you the 144 connection between the start of this Ripple lawsuit to this day, the 29th. So let's go over it. Why is the 144 important? Okay. Well, the 144 is important, first of all, because the lawsuit happened one day after the Great Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. Notice that the Great Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn equals 144. You see that, guys? Let me take away all the other ones. This is the main number, 144. So you're telling me, and now just look at this. So the Great Conjunction happens one day before the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. SEC versus Ripple equals 144. Okay? Now, this is all tied to the Jesuits, the people who are the modern day Knights Templar of the Catholic Church, the Jesuit order. Notice that this lawsuit, SEC versus Ripple, is completely tied to the Jesuit order. 144, which is the big number, but also the 54 and the 153. But again, guys, I just want to focus on the 144s here, okay? There's other matches, obviously, in all of these, okay? So you have the Great Conjunction, 144 with Jupiter and Saturn. The next day, you have the Ripple lawsuit, 144, SEC versus Ripple. The Jesuit order, the ones behind all this game on the world stage, 144. Okay? And not only that, guys, but the guy who actually, so Jay Clayton, okay? Jay Clayton sued sued Ripple on the last day of his office. He literally sues Ripple, and then he walks out of and he resigns from his job at the SEC. Okay? So this is the guy responsible for the lawsuit. I just showed you that the Great Conjunction equals 144, SEC versus Ripple 144, Jesuit order 144, and the same guy who's responsible for the lawsuit, and then one day later he resigns from his position. So just think about that, guys. He makes the lawsuit against Ripple, and then one day later he resigns. You think about that. Why did he do that? Well, it's some sort of show they're putting on. But just notice, his name equals 144. I just showed you all the other 144s. Now, why is it important? Because from this day of the lawsuit where Jay Clayton equals 144, SEC Ripple 144, one day after the Jupiter conjunction on 144, 827 days is the 144 prime. It gets us to this day. And why is this day also important? Okay? Because we be getting a judgment from a judge, guys. It's all about the judgment and the judge. And notice that this is the 88th day of the year. Okay? The 88th day of the year. Now, what does judge equal in gematria? It equals 88. So you have the 144 prime days to this day when it's all tied to this, 144 number. And remember, guys, judgment equals 144, like Jay Clayton, who brought the lawsuit, like the Jesuit order, like SEC versus Ripple, like the Great Conjunction, Jupiter and Saturn, all 144, and judgment. And if we go the 144 prime days forward, 827 days, the 144 prime, you land on a day, the 88th day of the year, and judge equals 88. Gavel equals 88. That's what the judge uses, right? As a matter of fact, judge and gavel, watch this, guys. Judge and gavel are a direct match in all four ciphers, 47, 20, 88, and 25. But the 88 is going back to March 29th being the 88th day of the year. Okay, so then I had to go over to Rambo from the Truth Codes. If you haven't checked him out, check out Rambo from the Truth Codes. He made a whole video about this baseball player named Aaron Judge from New York. Okay, now the judge who we're waiting on to decide this case, Annalisa Torres, is the judge of New York. She will be deciding the Ripple versus SEC case. She's from New York. And Aaron Judge, the baseball player, Aaron James Judge, plays for New York. And he recently, now another thing to notice here, guys, is he was a fan of San Francisco growing up. Ripple is based out of San Francisco, and he plays for New York, but his name is Judge. Okay, his full name, Aaron James Judge, equals 144. As a matter of fact, look at this, guys. Aaron James Judge equals 144, SEC Ripple 144, Jesuit Order 144, J Clayton, Judgment, Jupiter Saturn conjunction, all 144. Now I want you guys to notice that this is all about Jupiter, right? And let me bring up one more cipher here for a minute, guys. Let me go over here. I'm going to show you how this is all tied to Jupiter. So if we clear all and we use the Chaldean cipher, we're going to see how this is all tied. So this is all about Ripple, the company, right? Equals 27. Well, Jupiter equals 27. Currency equals 27. This is about money or currency. And the whole lawsuit is whether or not Ripple XRP is a currency or not. So you have this Jupiter, they get sued 1 day after the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Ripple matches Jupiter and currency, and the whole lawsuit is about whether Ripple is a currency. Now, I want you guys to notice that from the lawsuit is 27 months, just like 27 is what I just showed you. Currency, Jupiter, Ripple, all 27. So this date I'm showing you, that I'm pointing to, is in the 27th month. So what a month it would be for this lawsuit to end, because Ripple equals 27, currency 27. It would be given the status of a currency in the 27th month when currency equals 27. Jupiter 27. Okay? Now, it's also the 277 days left in the year, the 29th. And notice that it's 27 months and 7 days, just like 277. You see? 27 months and 7 days, and it lands on the 277 day. And this is also the 59th prime, but I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, guys, that's just a huge tie to the 27. But anyway, back to the 144 and all these 144s, because I told you that Jupiter and Judgment are almost a direct match. 99, 36, and 45. But Judgment also has that 144. Okay, and we're going to get a judgment on this day, which is the 144 prime days from the lawsuit, right after, 1 day after the Great Conjunction, all right, which happened on this day. But, so guys, it's so clear. But let's go back to Aaron Judge, the baseball player for New York. He became captain of the Yankees. All right, watch this. Aaron Judge became captain of the Yankees on December 9th, if I can find it here, guys. Where's it at? During free agency, Judge. Okay, Judge later offered 400. Okay, yeah, so here we go, guys. On the 20th of December, he signed a 9-year, $36 million deal. Look at this, guys. So Judge, who's connected to Jupiter, you know, Aaron Judge, signed a $360 million deal, just like Judgment equals 36. His name is Judge. And 1 day later, in a press conference, Judge was named the 16th captain of the New York Yankees. Okay, the 16th. So he was named the captain of the New York Yankees on the 29th, on the 21st of December. Guys, I just showed you that 2 years earlier. So Judge was named captain 2 years exactly after the Great Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. And because he was named he was named captain of the Yankees 99 days before this date that I'm showing you. And why is this important? First of all, this is the 2-year anniversary of the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, and it's the day that Aaron Judge, the New York baseball player, got named captain. 99 days. Aaron Judge wears the number 99. And why does he wear the number 99? Because Jupiter equals 99. Judgment equals 99. Do you see what I'm saying? So 99 days after he becomes captain in New York, we could have a New York judge, just like his name is Judge, make a judgment on the Ripple XRP case that was made one day after the anniversary, or 2 years prior to when he became the captain. Do you see what I mean? And it's just crazy, guys. I mean, it's all about this 144 and this 99. But also, I want to bring up this one last thing. There is a lawyer that popped out of nowhere after this case happened a few years ago. Okay. And his channel is Legal Briefs. Now, I just want you guys to notice that Legal Briefs, let me pull this up because it's important. Legal Briefs, I just showed you how it's all connected to the Jesuit, to equal 144, Jesuit Order 144. Legal Briefs, the name of this attorney that's been covering the SEC XRP lawsuit equals 201. This is a huge number. Why? Because the Jesuit Order equals 201 in the same cipher. You see? And so this guy who's been covering the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, I believe, was a Jesuit plant. You know, notice he has the Jesuit colors, the red and the white here. And he made his last video on his channel on December 9th. Okay? This is important because this was the last video because all of the information had been turned in between Ripple and SEC, and now we're just waiting on the judgment, the finale. Everything is filed in its time, okay? And now we've been waiting since December, since this video, his last video. Now, if you measure from his last video on December 9th, it's 111 days. Why is this important to the 29th? Because the judge that's deciding the case is from New York. I just showed you Aaron Judge, the New York baseball player. New York equals 111, and it's 111 days from the XRP attorney's last video to this day, 111, New York, 111. Okay? It's also 15 weeks and 6 days. And notice that he has 156K subs. Look. This is okay, so guys, 156 is a huge number. Why? Because 156 is the 9/11th prime. Look at this. What happened in New York, guys? 9/11. 156, the 9/11th prime. And from this attorney's last video is 111 days, just like New York equals 111, and he has 156K subs, okay? And it's been 15 weeks and 6 days since he made that video, and 156 is the 9/11. 9/11 is the 156 prime, and this is all about New York, and 9/11 happened in New York. Do you guys understand how big this is? Absolutely huge. So anyways, I think that's all I wanted to cover here about this whole thing. And just notice that the day that he made his last video had the 144 date numerology. Look, just like all the 144s I just showed you about this case, how it's all tied to the Jesuits. Okay, and look, even his name of his channel, Legal Briefs, equals 201 like the Jesuit order. Okay, not a coincidence, guys. So anyways, thank you for watching once again, guys. I hope this made it clear that a reason why I'm really looking at this day, because it would make complete sense with all the 144s, and it's 827 days after the lawsuit, the 144 prime. The day is the 88th, judge equals 88. Okay? So anyways, guys, I hope you guys are taking care out there. Remember, guys, tomorrow, the 24th, is actually technically, in the old Roman calendars, is technically the New Year's Eve. Yes, guys, you heard that right. New Year's Eve used to be the 24th of March, and the 25th was the first day of the year. So, big things, I think, are coming. Remember, I already made a video about tomorrow on the 24th. So we'll see what happens. Remember, tomorrow's Damar Hamlin's birthday, the guy who collapsed on the field. So anyways, guys, take care out there. We'll see what happens financially in the next few weeks, but it's going to be interesting. See you in the next one.